Hey out there, it is time for another update from me. Hey, it's been a couple weeks. There hasn't been much happening, so thought I'd give some time to see, how business is going, how the environment is out there, and kind of give you an update on, from my perspective, anyway. Um, so let's kind of talk about store sales since reopening May 1st in Ames and May, I think, 8th in Ankeny. So we've been home open quite a bit. So sales update, Ankeny, they're rocking it down there. Uh, they're up probably about, I think it was about 40% in sales over June of 2019. So um, that's really good. So that's been really helpful to have that up and going. So that's allowing us to keep head above waters and keep things rolling. That's good to see. Our Ames Kids Store is up. I think it was 12% yesterday when I looked at the numbers for the month. That's over last year, so that's really good. Again, those two stores are really going on. I mean, kids. The thing is with kids stuff, kids grow out of things, and I think that really helps. Loft, still, that's kind of our stress point right now. Adult clothing nationally is not going the best. You're seeing closures across the board and stuff. There's some, of course, there's some that are doing really well. That one's not bad. It's as of last night with online sales was running just shy of 80% of June last year. So that's disappointing. So basically, once you start taking um, the up on our other two stores and that and put it all together, you're really running about actually you're running about what you ran last year for June for the entire corporation combined. Might be a little down. I should probably combine all those up, but I'll do that at the end of the month. So all in all, corporate wise, running about the same as last year for June, maybe a little down. Um, but the kids stores are definitely rolling right along, so that's good to see. This weekend, I'm going to start the idle process. Our NARTS Association was telling me they think the banks were ready for forgiveness on the PPP loan. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. There's a new easy form out, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I qualify for the easy form. If I do, that'll make it really nice. If not, I'll have to probably take, I'm guessing, 5 to 6 hours to do the long form. So there's my Saturday. It's our wedding anniversary Saturday, so that's what I got to do. I got to do PPP, right? that's my Saturday day. Um, so hopefully I can do the short form and get that over to the bank next week. I'll email them and let them know it's coming. I was a little disappointed on the PPP that since they extended it to I believe 24 weeks, I was disappointed that you could either pick the 24 week or the 8 week one. And I should have, I've just been, it was nice not to focus on this stuff for about a week, but I was kind of hoping that you could, like, if you got to 10 weeks, then you could do the 10 week thing and then turn it in with 10 weeks. But no, it's one or the other, it looks like. So luckily, I think our 8 week uh, will be what we're going to do. Our PPP officially, or the 8 weeks officially ended last Saturday, so almost a week ago. So now we've been running on our uh, own money for payroll starting Sunday of this week. So I'll probably be doing a couple more updates, probably at least one or two next week, because I really want to walk through the PPP process and how it goes and how it's going with the banks. Um, so here we go. I mean, also keeping up on a lot of economic stuff across the board, locally and not. I was optimistic we were gonna kind of get back to normal once things open up, but there's still a lot of fear out there about the COVID stuff. Um, I honestly think what I've been reading is that unemployment's gonna there's gonna be some jobs that just aren't gonna come back right away, especially in the hospitality, retail, um, that type of thing. So, and the bad thing is that those types of jobs are generally people that you know can't go without a paycheck. So we'll see what Congress does to help those people out, extend unemployment benefits. I don't think extending the $600 a week thing is a good thing. That's discouraging people from getting back to work. I know I've seen some things out there about doing some rehiring bonuses. I thought that worked well with the PPP, where instead of having some of our people on unemployment, we actually brought them back because we were closed for about a week and a half before we opened. So we had some people on our payroll, most people on our payroll for a week and a half or 2 weeks that were getting paid, but they weren't coming in and doing any work. I think incentives like that, if I had an incentive like that, I might bring some people back. We still have about 6 or 7 part-time that we haven't brought back yet. And with the loft being down like it is, we have enough labor, based on our current sales. Plus our in-store traffic is still down. Our sales are up, our in-store traffic is still struggling a little. And that's just indicating to me that we may be in for a second kind of rough bump. Locally, some of the things I'm worried about, that's the thing with me. I'm always looking way ahead, and I'm always looking for all the cons and everything so we can navigate the cons. It's like I don't know what the class of rapids is, class 5 or whatever, those type of rapids. But there's some things that concern me, especially about the loft. Not that it's closing. It's not. Don't get that. I mean, we're like a million years from even thinking about that type of thing. But some of the things, thinking about reduced revenue, I should say, over the foreseeable future is the summer not having 4th of July, not having Iowa games in town, not having, the things like Odyssey of the Mind, stuff like that coming to Ames, Pride Fest, those types of things. All those really were good weekends and weeks. Some of these events that our Main Street would hold at Ames were money makers for us. They helped Farmers Market. Farmers Market, little suspect. I think we would try to open early, and I don't know if that really created more sales for us. But what it did for us is it did create exposure to people that went to Farmers Market. It reminds them that you're there, so that's well worth trying to. Not having some reduction in sales during that time. But, and I'm really worried about fall because football weekends, home football games are really big weekends for us. It's usually double what a normal Saturday is on a football weekend. And now at 30,000, tickets being sold instead of the 60,000, a lot of times during the game, those people will come and shop and stuff like that. So I'm a little concerned about how those 6 or 7 Saturdays are gonna impact us. I may be pleasantly surprised. You never know, but I'm preparing for minimal football impact to our businesses downtown, which is going to be a little bump in the road that we're going to have to get through. Kind of how I base on that football weekend is when Iowa State moves football games to Thursday nights, it's devastating. There's no one that comes down to shops and stuff because you got a 6 o'clock game or 7 o'clock game, and there's no tailgating going on. You aren't bringing your family down, and half the family's going shopping while the game's going on. So hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised with that type of thing. But otherwise, now the PPP is done, I'm going to take a look at Amy's and I's salary. Amy has been running on the same pay through this whole thing. She was laid off for about 2 or 3 weeks in part of that, but she didn't get paid for about a month. But going forward, I think that we are able to maintain at least her pay. We're going to look at my pay come mid-July. My pay is not the same as hers, but we'll see what comes to that. We'll make a judgment call. But support local businesses. I'm sure there's other ones struggling. I keep using this bad word like struggling. No, we're not. We're not struggling. We're just recovering, if you want to put it that way. But there are other businesses that probably are struggling out there, and you really need, especially I can imagine more adult clothing stores are probably struggling a little bit. So if you do have some extra dimes and nickels on you, stop in there, pick up something, see how they're, the small businesses in your town just really are the heartbeat of your town. The last thing you want is have some of these businesses go away, and then you got, drive other places. And all right, well, that's long rambling, typical long rambling 10-minute Eric video, really talking about nothing. But I'm just gonna let it be what it is. I'll give a report next week on how the PPP forgiveness is going, how that filling out the form. Did I get the easy form? Did I get the long form? We're gonna find out Saturday. We're gonna find that out tomorrow. I'm excited to maybe jump in there this afternoon, but no, I got some chores to do. I got grocery shopping. I got ahead on some of my personal finance stuff last night. Got some store bills paid last night. Okay. So I'm getting out of here, and we'll catch everybody next week.